Some collectors like to collect loose action figures. Some collectors like to keep them mint in the original packaging, sealed. Well, sometimes even a sealed figure just doesn't look that good. Bring on the mailaways. So this this 1987 Super Trooper is a prime example of a figure sealed in the original packaging, this mail-away packaging, with the file card. It's untouched, but you've got everything in here just kind of banging around. These mail-away packages typically tend to set in boxes or in totes and have things laid on top of them, whatever. As you can see, this bag is a little chewed up. There's a little hole in it right here. There's a laceration back here. And it's dull, it's dingy, it's ugly. And in my personal opinion, it takes away from the appearance of the figure and the accessories and the file card. All of the contents are slightly obscured by this just ugliness that is the mail-away bag. Now, what I'm about to do is something that a lot of people frown on. They don't like to see original mint in sealed package items opened. And I can identify with that to an extent, but I want to have a much nicer display. I was going to wait until I had a card back specifically for this figure, but I wanted to go ahead and make the video. So here we go. Oh no! Oh no! The screams of 1080 collectors, 80s collectors. Yep, let's get rid of that. That's trash. And I'll start by showing you the file card, what's happened to it over the years in the packaging. It's become deformed. I'm going to have to flatten that out. And I'll do that by placing the file card behind one of the inserts in one of my cases. The inside has a gouge mark here. The red side, the back of the file card, has a little gouge mark here and some dog-eared corners, and it's just not that attractive anymore. It's beat up, loose. As a loose file card, a lot of people would say this is not in good condition. This was sealed. This was sealed. This was mint in sealed package. To be in that kind of condition, it's sad. And laying this on a white background, I'm not gonna. You know what? I'll flip the camera around and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So even on a white background, this dingy, nasty looking bag. I mean, it's terrible. It takes so much away from the figure and the contents. So what I'm doing here is getting the absolute most mint version of a loose figure that I possibly can. And that means opening a sealed package and displaying this figure as I want to display him. Now, a few things I'm going to note about this figure in particular. He has a vest. This vest is glued on, I believe. I'm not going to try and take it off. But this is as mint as you can get opening a sealed figure. The vest keeps his arms from going all the way down to his sides. And as a matter of fact, I just saw it. Yeah, right here. So we have a factory paint defect on the back of the arm, and we also have a little bit of a paint rub right there. I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to leave it as is because it was a sealed figure. And I understand that a lot of people think, oh, you destroyed the value, or there's not that many of them left. Yeah, there are. There's plenty of these out there that are in much better condition than this that will make a much better display of a sealed mail-away figure. This one just was not going to be a good display piece in that condition. One other thing that I would like to note here is a difference in the color, the shade of the lower arms from the upper arms, and One of those things that is unavoidable with the vast majority of these figures from the late 80s. There's an elbow crack. I don't know if you can see it, but right there in front of my middle finger, that elbow is, let's see if we get a focus on there. That elbow's cracked. And that's not from moving it around or anything. It just happens. The plastic that these elbows are made out of, eventually over time they dry out and they crack. There is something that you can use, a mineral oil provided by my friend Jason Packard, that will help with some of that. I'm actually looking at it to see if it's cracked all the way through. Oddly enough, it's not cracked all the way through. It's two cracks, one going this way and one going this way, with a piece connecting that arm in the middle. So I'm going to put that in a neutral position that it was in from the, because I mean, it still moves. You know, it's not like broken or anything, but I'm going to put that into a neutral position here, like so. That's where it wants to rest. And I'm going to leave it just as is. Now, I will also say that the chrome on this figure is phenomenal. This vac metal vest. Check that out. I mean, almost a mirror shine to it. It's scratch free, which I would like to keep it scratch free. The boots look fantastic. All the paint, except for that weird little factory paint error right there on the back of the arm. Everything looks great. A lot of times when you get these figures, you'll find paint rubs on the head where, you know, in time people have placed the helmet on, pull the helmet off, and it'll rub the paint on the painted hair. I believe this head is actually from a Law figure, from the Law and Order figure set. O-ring seems to be in good shape. Plenty of elasticity there. It doesn't seem like it's dry rotted or anything. I'm going to stand him there on my table as I pull out the rest of the accessories. We have the submachine gun. Again, that chrome looks fantastic. Check this out. I know that me saying fantastic in that way is probably going to be really annoying to some people, but I almost said another word and had to kind of catch myself as it was coming out of my mouth, and and it sounded fucking stupid. Anyway, take a look at the helmet. The helmet is all but scratch free. Check that out. It's a fantastic looking chrome helmet. I mean, this thing looks amazing. But that's what you get whenever you open a sealed mail-away figure. If it looks rough and bad, see how milky that bag looks? You can't even see through it. Ugh. But this is a really good way to get as mint of a mint figure as you possibly can, is to buy them in the mail-away packages and open those. And that's seriously like the best way to get an excellent condition figure. And if I collect anything loose, I'm extremely picky on the condition of that figure. But here you have the shield. Now the shield was never too shiny. It always there's a texture to it, and you can see that texture in all of it. See the light glisten off of the light gleaming off of it. Check that out. Let's see if I can catch it on the top. There we go. Yeah, same thing on the back side. Beautiful. Beautiful chrome finish. Now, I don't think that everything is going to fit into the regular narrow case that I use, just because of the position of his arms. And yeah, see, it's not going to go well in there because of how he has to be turned. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. With the shield. Yeah, the shield doesn't want to be in there. See, you've got it coming up out of the top there. So what we'll do, we'll use a wide case. I will situate the accessories into their own little crack sack so that they don't jostle around, so they don't get scratched up and they don't scratch anything else up, and it'll look great. Give me just a second to do that, and I'll show you the end product. I have positioned the submachine gun and the helmet into a little Ziploc baggie here that will go in the packaging with the figure. The shield will stay out of the package, and let's see here. I'm going to try and position him so that he's in a little bit of a posed position. And I'm going to use the wide bubble clamshell case. Let's get that shield kind of on one side of him. Yeah, that's going to look really good. And then the accessories right behind. I do this with the bubble facing down, like so, to hold everything in place. And I'm just going to use a regular GI Joe card back. And as for the file card, I'm going to straighten out these dog ears. It's only one corner that really has it bad, but it's a little beat up. I might have to have a new one of these made, and just, yeah, I might just have to have a new one of these made just so that it's in better shape. But the original will live right in there. These wide bubble cases actually have a very positive lockup. They're real tight. And there you have it. The Super Trooper! Super Trooper in one of the clamshell display cases. This is such a nice looking option. And with the way that his legs are positioned, kind of spread out there, he's going to stand up as he hangs on the slat wall hooks next to his iconic shield. I don't think that shield was ever released with any other figure, but Super Trooper has been one of my favorites for a long time. He's not like top tier favorite, but I've always dug the figure with the chrome. It's something a little bit different, something that you don't see with every other release that comes out. And actually, that chest, that vest, I think pretty much the entire figure is a redone Surefire figure, or Surefire was a redone Super Trooper. Surefire was probably a remolded Super Trooper, but Surefire had a green vest, didn't have the shield, but he had the helmet and the submachine gun. He came with a VHS tape. Maybe we can do a video on that figure at some point in the near future. But this 1987 mail-away Super Trooper looks phenomenal in the clamshell case with the card back insert. And here you have the file card on the back side. File cards do fit in these cases that I sell. And yeah, well, this one's done. And he will go on the wall over here with some other nice rare pieces that I've opened. I say rare, but highly sought after pieces. We'll put it like that. Anyway, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button. Check out the description for links to different Facebook groups that you can join. And also at the top, you will see a link to my eBay store where you can purchase the clamshell cases with all of the different card back inserts that I sell. And a lot of other things. I keep my eBay store stocked, sometimes with some pretty cool, unique items, and it's mostly G.I. Joe and Transformers. Thanks for watching. Yo Joe.